Something strange is happening to you. Things like status, possessions, and the endless pursuit of worldly success are beginning to feel hollow. You find yourself watching spirituality videos like this one, longing for a change beyond what the eyes can see, a better life away from the dark and unfair, materialistic world we live in. At first, you wonder if it's just you. Maybe you're overthinking. Maybe it's just a phase. But then, you start noticing something eerie. Others feel it too. People around the world are awakening, questioning reality, searching for meaning beyond the physical. It's as if a great shift is taking place beneath the surface of existence, and the more you resist it, the stronger it becomes. The truth is, this moment has been foreseen. Ancient esoteric wisdom has spoken of an inevitable turning point in human evolution, a moment when the descent into materialism would reach its final depths, and from there, something extraordinary would begin. And now here you are, standing at the edge of that very moment. The forces behind your awakening have been set in motion long before you were born. But why now? Why you? And most importantly, what does this shift truly mean for your future? To understand, we must step beyond the veil of ordinary history and into the hidden cosmic cycles that govern our reality. Because once you see what's really happening, you'll never see the world the same way again. But you must be aware, in this transition of existence lies a great danger that you need to know if you want to move forward, and we will delve deep into it later. You must first understand what exactly is happening to you. So let's look at the great evolutionary design hidden within time itself, a blueprint known to the most advanced esoteric traditions, but long forgotten by the modern world. The Rosicrucian Gnostics speak of 7 great periods of evolution, each shaping the destiny of the human spirit. Right now, we exist within the 4th, the Earth period, a stage where consciousness has reached its deepest entanglement with material existence. And here's where it gets fascinating. This period is not just a single phase, but is divided into 7 revolutions, each with its own purpose, each guiding the soul through different aspects of development. For eons, humanity has been sinking deeper into the physical, perfecting its control over the material world. This has been the nature of involution, a necessary descent into form, where spirit binds itself to flesh, learning the laws of limitation and structure, allowing each soul to become individual for the first time in the evolutionary process. For countless generations, this process has shaped civilization, driving science, industry, and the relentless conquest of the external world. But there's something the world never told you. The Earth period is at a turning point. We have passed the deepest stage of material immersion, and now something irreversible is happening. The pendulum is swinging back, not toward further material conquest, but toward the awakening of spirit. We are now in the 3.5 revolution, the precise midpoint, the final tipping point before humanity begins its ascent back toward higher consciousness. This isn't a theory. It's an inevitability, and that's why you feel it. That's why millions around the world are experiencing an unexplained yearning for something beyond what the 5 senses can offer. The rules of reality itself are shifting. What once felt important, the race for wealth, status, dominance, is beginning to dissolve in the minds of those who are attuned to the change. Something within you is remembering, a knowledge buried deep in the soul, from ages before you were even born. But not everyone will move forward. Here lies the great danger of this transition. Those who cling desperately to the material, those who resist the call of the spirit, risk something far greater than simply missing out on wisdom. They risk anchoring themselves in the dying remnants of a world that is fading away. Because while some will rise with the shift, others will become trapped in what will soon be nothing more than an echo of an old reality. The question is, where will you stand? Will you move forward, embracing the truth of your own evolution? Or will you resist, binding yourself to a world that is already crumbling? To understand what's at stake, we must go deeper, because this shift is not just about personal transformation, it's about the next step of human evolution itself. And what comes next will determine everything. As the shift unfolds, you might assume that everyone will naturally move toward higher consciousness. That enlightenment is inevitable, but nothing could be further from the truth. In fact, most people will resist this transformation even as it calls to them, not because they don't sense it, but because the material world has one final trick to play. You see, just as the soul begins to ascend, the material realm fights to pull it back. This is the great test of evolution, a trial that every being must pass before stepping into the next stage of existence. And here's the terrifying part. The trap is invisible to those who are already caught in it. Look around. Have you noticed how, just as people begin to question reality, distractions are multiplying at an unprecedented rate? More noise, more chaos, more temptations designed to anchor the mind in the physical world. Technology is advancing at a pace faster than consciousness, drawing attention into endless stimulation. False spiritual movements promise quick enlightenment without discipline, reducing sacred wisdom to mere trends. And most sinister of all, fear is being fed like never before, keeping humanity in a perpetual state of survival mode, unable to break free from the illusion of control. This is no accident. The closer we get to true spiritual evolution, the more powerful the forces of materialism become. Not just in the world around you, but within you. Because the deeper truth is this: the greatest enemy of your own awakening is your own mind. You will feel the pull to return to old habits. You will doubt your own transformation. You will experience moments where the spiritual path feels uncertain, impractical, even lonely. The world will tempt you with everything it has: comfort, validation, the illusion of certainty, to make you turn away from the unknown. And if you don't recognize the pattern, you will fall back into the very cycle you were meant to escape. This is why so many fail, not because they lack potential, but because they hesitate when the moment of choice arrives. When the material world calls, they answer. They give in to distraction. They dismiss their awakening as a phase, a fantasy, an overactive imagination. And in doing so, they delay their evolution, sometimes for lifetimes. But here's the secret: if you can see the trap, you can escape it. If you can recognize the illusion for what it is, you can step beyond it. The only question is, will you have the strength to walk away from the world as you've always known it? Because what awaits on the other side is something so profound, so utterly transformative, that most can't even comprehend it. If you are ready, if you are willing to embrace what comes next, then you will see the truth. Materialism was never the goal. It was the test, and those who pass it will be the first to step into the future of consciousness itself. But what does that future look like? What happens after we let go of the illusion? The final stage of our journey is not just an awakening, it is an entirely new way of being. And those who are prepared will be the ones who step forward into what comes next. To understand this, we must return to the knowledge hidden within the Rosicrucian cosmo-conception. We are in the Earth period, the fourth great epoch of our evolutionary journey, and in the remaining revolutions of this Earth period, the human spirit will gradually loosen its grip on material attachments. Those who awaken will notice something incredible. The mind will no longer be confined to the brain. The soul will no longer be bound by the body. Intuition will sharpen, synchronicities will multiply, and an unshakable knowing will emerge. There is more to existence than what we have been told. This is not just an internal shift. Everything is changing. The veil between the seen and unseen is thinning. What was once dismissed as mystical will soon be understood as reality. Those who embrace the shift will begin to operate on an entirely different frequency. They will no longer seek power over the material, but instead seek alignment with the higher forces that govern it, serving humanity in complete harmony, compassion, and love. And this is where the true divide begins. Two versions of humanity will emerge. One will remain trapped in the illusion, meaning they will need to begin the evolutionary process all over again. The other will rise, preparing for the Venus period, the next great stage of evolution, where existence is no longer defined by struggle, but by the mastery of energy, thought, and creation itself. This is why you are becoming more spiritual. This is why your mind is changing, why the things that once mattered now seem insignificant. It is not random, it is not a phase, it is the inevitable call of evolution itself. But knowing this is not enough. Awareness alone does not lead to transformation. You must choose. Will you let the material world pull you back into its endless loops? Or will you step forward, unafraid, into the unknown? Because the next stage is already unfolding, and only those who are ready will take their place in what comes next. The question is, are you one of them? Let us know in the comments. Before you go, here is a secret you need to know that will allow you to fulfill the purpose of your soul's journey, preparing you for the next period of evolution. In this next video on your screen, you will learn how to reach the next step and become your higher self right now to unlock your full spiritual potential. Thank you for watching.